This was still an awesome fucking game. Definitely confusing as fuck for those of us who are not too smart on puzzles. I can say I'm not the brightest apple in the bunch. Some of this shit was mad confusing. And it requires you to know math. I don't know that. What up, Star Squad? Momokeas here, and today we're going to be gushing or crushing over a game we beat on stream a while back called Myst. This game was originally released on September 30th of 1993, but there has been several updates and remakes to this game leading up to the most recent release of August 26th, 2021, which was the VR update. This game was developed and published by Cyan World Inc. and is a part of a series of Myst games. This game is labeled as an adventure puzzle exploration game. Myst is the first one, then it goes Riven, Myst 3, Exile, Myst 4 Revelation, and Myst 5 End of Ages. Apparently, there is way more to this game and series, as there's also physical books, as well as a TV show, I think, that all tie into the lore. I have never played a game that was so involved, and I'm excited to see what I can learn as I explore the other games and media. This game review is solely based on my experience with this game and is my opinion on said experience. You should not take this review as fact and still give the game a go for yourself. Spoiler warning, in the event I accidentally spoil anything for my fellow Star Warriors, and without further ado, on with the show! In this game, you play as a man who, from my understanding, has stumbled upon the Book of Myst, and is teleported to the Myst Island. There are clues scattered throughout, and the island serves itself as a central hub. You are to solve the puzzles and uncover the secrets of this island and its previous inhabitants. And your actions will determine if you find out the truth, or not. The story of this game is told in the books that you find on the island. It tells the story of an explorer and his two sons and how he discovered this island, and how his sons were also inspired to explore as well. According to the book, the boys ended up becoming corrupt in their own ways, and in the process we find out that they are the reason that majority of the books in the library have since been destroyed. Since this game focuses more on puzzle solving, there really wasn't a pace to be set, at least not one that I could pick up. For the characters, there's only Atris, the father, and the sons Cirrus and Arcanar. I would love to say that I loved the sons. Crazy as they both might be, it was interesting to see the stark difference between the two men. This game does have multiple endings depending on your actions. From my understanding, Myst is the first in a series of games, as mentioned in the intro, so there's still more story to unravel, with the true ending leaving the story open for the next game. So in regards to this being the first game, I would say it's a story well told. For the controls of this game, it is a point-and-click game. However, you can play with a controller. For me, I actually used mouse and keyboard. For accessibility options, there were subtitles for both dialogue and sound context, with the options even letting you know that the sound context would assist with important gameplay-related functions. If I had to assign a difficulty, I would say it's about normal. You would have to be very observant, as this game heavily relies on the puzzle solving for progression. There is a randomized option that can up the ante and makes this game harder if you're already a pro looking for more of a challenge. This game is a single-player game. However, any game can be turned into a multiplayer game if you are like me and you had to enlist the help of a genius. Love you, Sib! Honestly, I don't have any feedback in regards to improvement. Given this game was originally released in 1993 and it stays true to itself even through the remasters, I can say it's solid. The design of this game was beautiful. The atmosphere of each environment really teleported you to the different islands and made you follow in the footsteps of the explorers before you. I loved all the little details scattered about from Atris, Cirrus, and Arcanar that really gave you an insight into each of them and their marks they left on the world as they explored. There were notes and even messages left behind by the different explorers, making these worlds feel more like they were inhabited even though at the time we explored them, they're empty. Now for the soundtrack. The music was very atmospheric. Each island had its own track, and it really added to the ambiance. If you want something to enjoy, relax, and study to, I strongly suggest this ambient soundtrack. It really sets the atmosphere with the strong melodies brought forth by the strings and winds. This beautiful soundtrack was created by Robin Miller, who, fun fact, is the co-founder of Cyan Worlds, who is the developer of the game. The talent here is amazing. Overall, this game was really beautiful. It was difficult for me, but if you're a master at puzzle solving and fine details, I feel like this is a must-have for your library. It is easy to get lost in the majesty of this game, while also trying to figure out what you're meant to do. I left this game feeling satisfied and all the more excited to see what the next installment has for me. This game was an absolute gush for me, and I strongly suggest everyone give it a go for themselves. This game is available on Steam for a solid $35 and is available on all consoles. This game offers around 6 hours of playtime if you focus on the main story and about 7.5 hours if you go the completionist route. Times are subject to change, depending on how long it takes you to figure out the puzzles and to get all the different endings. Shout out to my big sib, Aria, for not only buying me this game, but for also walking me through it. I love you, Sib, and I really needed that lifeline. If you've played this game before, let me know. Did you have different opinions than I? Let's open up that conversation. If there are any other indie titles you would like for me to check out, leave them in the comments below. I'm always looking for more games to play. If you want to watch me play these indies live, you can check me out at twitch.tv/Momokeas, and all of my other social links are in the description below. The next Gusher Crush will be on Beacon Pines, since we just finished that one on stream. I hope to see you all there, and until next time, be good, shine bright, don't let anyone dim that light, and stay awesome!